Hi buddies, sup? Hope you're doing well, aren't you? Okay, once again, English for Life from LCL campus. Okay, so we've been speaking about cyber writing and resume. Okay, and in our last video we had been talking about CV writing. Today we are going to focus on resume writing. Okay, if I told you instead of writing CVs, you've been writing resumes, would you agree? Why and why not? Okay, yes. Now I told you when you write a CV, it's a big process. Okay, it can be 2 to 12 pages. But when you say resume, okay, so now when you think of this word resume, okay, so we are familiar with that word as resume. Resume is to start again. But here this is a French word, resume. In British English you pronounce that resume, but American English you pronounce it as resume. So whatever it is, resume or resume, okay, resume or resume, okay. So what we got to keep in mind is this is a short version of a CV, okay. But of course there are many differences and unique, I would say, characteristic of a resume. Okay, let us talk about what they are. Okay, the first thing, you would have only 1 or 2 pages in a resume. Okay, if I tell you CV is a stone, let me call resume is water. What? Resume is water. I define, okay, CV as a stone because it's a rigid thing. Okay, you hardly change it, but you can update it, okay, with your new achievements, work experience and so on. But when it comes to resume, I told you it's water. Why? So shape of the water differs according to the container that it is put in, what is put in. Okay, so likewise you adjust and adapt your resume according to the job that you are applying for. So you got to put your information to match the requirements of that particular job. So that's why I call it water. Why? You shape it according to the opportunity that you have got. Okay, but again, the structure of a resume is same as a CV. Okay, so you have 4 formats of course. Okay, first one, chronological order. You put all your achievements, qualifications, both academic and professional, according to the reverse chronological order. Okay, so you put the latest first and the earliest last. Okay, right. Then the next thing, okay, next format is functional format, where you put the most important functions, okay, according to the required job first and the rest later. And the next one is hybrid, that is both chronological and functional, where you put your functions and other important things according to chronological order. And the most recent trend, as I've told you already, is the graphical or the visual resumes, where you include photographs as well. Okay, fine. Then let's try to understand why we need these resumes. Okay, now again, you have the geographical requirements of CVs and resumes. Some countries would ask for resumes, some ask for CVs. Okay, whatever it is really, as I've told you, resume is a short version, and when a job requires your details to match that particular job, you would send a resume. Okay, and also remember, when you think of these applications, okay, whether to write a CV or a resume, you got to think of several things, okay. If the position is higher, like let's say if you're going for lecturing, and if you're going as an academic head or an organizational head, okay, or if you are a researcher, okay, then it is always better to have a CV. But it is a small job, okay, then it is better to have a resume. But usually they asked you to send either a CV or resume. But the most important that you got to keep in mind is you should not, bustle this, mess this, okay? Okay, you got to have a good understanding whether to write a CV or resume. First, read the information you have been given. If you are to write a CV, then you got to have bigger version of your records. And if it is a resume, it's a 1 or 2 page one. So you got to have this idea first, and according to that you can write what you are asked to write. Okay, once again I would like to remind you, if you want to do further studies on all these areas, you are very welcome to LCL campus led by Mr. Chanaka Disanayaka, right? Chanaka Disanayaka ලංකාවේ දැන් ප්‍රසිද්ධයි අලුත් දෙයක් අලුත් විදිහට අලුත් තාලේ ළමයිට අලුත් ජීවිතයක් සඳහා දෙන පුරෝගාමියෙක් විදිහට. ඒක හින්දා ඇවිල්ලා වෙනස බලන්න එපා, අත්විඳින්න ජීවිතයට ගන්න. Okay, so you can mold your life, groom yourself with LCL campus, and here we are introducing our latest course, the most updated one, that is a hybrid course in computer, that means ICT and English for life. Thank you. Let's meet again. Right, how to write a cover letter. So our next video would be writing a cover letter. Till then, goodbye.